Hey Hams, this is Kevin, AD0IM. I am in what a lot of us in my local radio club here in Johnson County call the Inner Sanctum. It is the lab and workshop of our good friend Bill, whose call sign is WA0CBW, and he's going to help me test out a little Powerwerx meter that a lot of us own and make sure that it gives accurate readings. And we're going to do that by using a Yaesu FTM 3100R that I recently purchased. And we're going to, we know what the radio manual says that it requires for power, which is about 20 amps on full power. We're going to find out if that's true today, and at the same time compare my meter to one of the meters that Bill uses here in his shop. So let's get to it. Okay, so here we are in the Inner Sanctum. WA0CBW is the call sign of this station. And I just want to show you his lab. He's got an impressive ham shack too down here in his basement. But let's just pan around the lab here and make everyone really jealous of all the test equipment he has. I'll go ahead and ask Bill to give us some numbers here, what kinds of gear he has. So for instance, if I asked him, Bill, how many oscilloscopes do you have, and what are the brand names, and how old are all of them?
Well, there's a Rigol over there. It's a couple of years old. Another Rigol over here. Behind me is another Tektronix, spectrum analyzer, another scope over here, and there's two over on the other bench.
I think Bill needs a few more scopes. I don't know how he gets anything done with only that many. So anyway, all right. Well, cool. So let's get down to our business here. Oh, I left out the warehouse. So there's his warehouse. That does not look too much different from the shelves down at Electronic Supply in downtown Kansas City. So I'm not sure they have near as much inventory as Bill does. So, all right. So let's take a look at this meter. So this is the Powerwerx meter that a lot of us newer hams have because they're inexpensive. They're easy to read. One of the knocks on them, and you can see if you look at them close enough, is that they cycle around between a couple of different readings. So if you blink, you might miss the reading that you're looking for. So we're going to take a few readings off of this one. I'm going to give Bill the meter there, and I'm going to put my radio. So here's the 3100. It's a nice little radio. It's been out for quite a while. And in fact, they're kind of getting hard to find. I'm not sure Yaesu is actually producing any more of them, but you can look that up and find that out for yourselves. But it's a dedicated 2-meter rig. There's no digital. There's no bells and whistles. It talks, it listens, and it's pretty much all it does. It's good for mobile use and also sitting in the shack. So I've got two of them. One's in the shack, and one's this one here I purchased used for the purposes of getting into the car here at some point. So let's see how it does. So we're going to set this thing to low power, and it's an interesting radio in that regard, in that it only tells you if you're in low power, and it doesn't tell you if you're in high power. If this is blank right there at my fingertip, you can see it says low. If it doesn't say low, then you're on high. But if it says low, you're either on low or medium, which according to the manual is 5 watts and 25 watts. The radio is rated for 65 watts. So now Bill does have a nice little bird meter over there set up, and he's going to tell us the power output on this as we key it up as well. So we'll take a look at the amperage here as I key it up. And it looks like it's pulling
Right at 4 watts.
So it's going right at 4 watts, and we're pulling 3.3 amps. All right? So that's good there. And we're on dot 52 over here, and I think I heard it break and squelch over in Bill's shack, so that was kind of funny. All right, so we'll turn it up to medium here. Trust me, it's on medium. I didn't show it to you guys, but it is. And Bill's going to adjust his bird, and now I'm keying up.
This is exactly what it was before.
And we're on 7.08 amps, and we're pulling 25. We're sending out 25 watts. Okay. Now we're going to go to high and repeat the exercise.
65.
10.4 amps and 65 watts. Now, spoiler alert, we already did all this work a few minutes ago just to get the experiment done. So we're kind of repeating this for the purposes of this video. So, all right, so that's what the Powerwerx meter says for low, medium, and high. So we're going to pause a minute, and you'll experience TV time advance here in a few minutes, and we'll show you how it looks on Bill's meter. So, all right, see you guys in a minute. Okay, we're back. So hope you enjoyed the break. Let's zoom back in on Bill's meter here, and I've already set the 3100 back to low power. And knowing that earlier we were pulling, let me get my notepad so I can see it, 3.3 on the Powerwerx meter. Let's see what Bill's meter says. And he's right at 3.3 as well. All right, so we'll go to medium. Okay, we're set to medium. And we're pulling 7.5. 7.05 rounded up to 7.1, which is what the Powerwerx meter reflected. So good news there. And now we're going to go to high. And see how we're pulling. We're pulling about 10.3, which is what we experienced earlier on both the Powerwerx and the bench meter. So what we've shown here is that the Powerwerx meter. Put that back in the camera for me, Bill. You know, at whatever Powerwerx is getting for these days, it's an accurate meter. It compares favorably with the meter that Bill uses, and Bill doesn't buy junk. So I'm gonna say that this is an accurate little meter and perfect for what a lot of us use it for. I know a lot of fellows and ladies are taking these meters out on their POTA deployments, and they're putting them between their batteries and their radios so they can monitor battery drain. I have done that myself, although I did find in recent weeks or in recent outings that I don't stay at parks long enough to come anywhere near exhausting my battery, which is a 20 amp hour Bioenno. So I don't have any concerns about draining the battery to exhaustion while I'm in the middle of a deployment. So, but if I did have such concerns, or I bought a new piece of equipment like I did this week with the 3100 here, and I just wanted to validate the manual's ratings on the power consumption and some other metrics, this little meter will work out fine for that. So I'm glad we did this today, and I'll zoom out here and say bye to Bill. Thanks, Bill, and appreciate your help as always, and we'll see the rest of you guys at the AD0IM radio station again soon. Bye-bye.